I know, right? I know. I know. I have already posted an update on my other channel, so I thought I needed to post an update on this channel, even though I was like, hey guys, I did an update over there if you want to go check it out, but I'm going to do an update here as well. And my craft room is a hot mess. I am in the middle of trying to get some of this organized. Also, it is hotter than Hades in here. I think the heat is on. We're in that gray area of western North Carolina where it's cold at night. You need to turn the heat on just a little bit, but then it gets up to 80 during the day, so you get hot, so then you turn the air on. We're in that gray area, and I think the heat is on, and I'm getting hot. Mug of the day. This is a new mug. I love my Charlie Brown, and I love Snoopy. We got Snoopy sitting up on top, because I'm going to have to go turn some air on. Luckily, it is right here. So let me flip that real quick. Okay, she's flipped down. Okay, so yes, you can see the state, kind of the state of everything. And you can't even see like the rest of it. She is a hot mess. And I have been buying a few things, but not like I was. There's a lot on my table that has been sitting on my table. I just left it sitting here, and it is here. Things I had started working on over here. There's probably going to be cat hair flying everywhere because this has kind of become one of my cat's havens. She likes to come in here, and actually I just covered up where she has been laying. There's a basket back here, and I have put batting on it, so I'm going to have to move that for her because that's where she likes to lay. I want to show you a few things that I have grabbed, and it's thrifted. No surprise there. It was thrifted. And I actually have a sew sampler for back in the summer I never opened, and because I was just kind of disgusted, not with sew sampler, not with sewing, I was disgusted with my hand situation. We're gonna get into that. This is iced coffee. Have y'all started using the Nescafe Gold, Espresso Gold? Oh my God. Coffee has become something new for me. I mean, I loved coffee before, but now it's a whole new thing. Okay. So I'm going to flip you guys down like normal and show you some of the stuff. Let me see if I remember how to do this. And y'all are kind of crooked. Tighten. I'm going to have to try to tighten you up a little bit. All right. I don't know how the lighting is. This feels a little loose. But yeah, this was thrifted. Lift you up just a hair. And it was just all kinds of fabric at their store. Okay, and there's stuff here from the very last. Are those plate holders? I had been looking. No, those are not plate holders. These are hooks I swiped from one of my old jobs, so they hook right into my rack. I bought a whole bunch of plate holders for the wall, and I've put them up somewhere, and I don't know where I've put them, of course. So this was 2 big bundles of fabric. Let me move that. We'll get to that in a minute. And there's like needlepoint stuff in here. There's a bunch of cut fabric into 5-inch squares. There is strips. There is scrap. There is all kinds of stuff. So we're going to go, because I don't even know. I just bought the whole bundle. I don't even really know. It's been sitting here for a hot minute. I did get the Ho 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 pattern from Soft Squares. This is like one of the last things I bought from Soft Squares. I got that. This is some goodies a friend sent me. It's just going to go back here on the table. This is a bunch of receipts and stuff that needs to be gone through and get filed. I'm telling you, it's just become a catch-all hot mess, and we're cleaning it up. Okay, so what's this? I saw this. This is kind of what drew my attention, and I'm going to soak it. It has been repaired. I know you're going to see all the cat hair flying. It's, like I said, this became a kitty cat haven because it wasn't being used. This just kind of become a storeroom. But I'm going to soak this in some OxyClean. This side is not as bad, it doesn't look like. I see one little area that's come loose. That's okay. I'll take a needle and try to tuck that through to the back side. Isn't she pretty? Oh, so pretty. And somebody did all this by hand. Look at that bouquet of flowers. Can you guys see the bouquet of flowers? So that was in there, but yes, she needs a good soak in some OxyClean. So let's lay her. I need a box to put this stuff in. Let's look at some of this material. Like I said, it was just all random pieces. These look like they were all cut into 5-inch squares, pretty greens. And we might can do some mindless sewing with this. Some more, oh, this is sewn. What is, okay, see, somebody else has probably started doing some mindless sewing. So there's some strip units, or that's cut off cuts of something they were working on. I don't know. But here's some more of those colors. Some more squares. I'm going to put that down with the squares. And then here is a nice little piece. Is it two? I think it's two. Two pieces of something here. And I could figure out how they did that. I mean, it doesn't look that complicated. So there's that piece. We'll lay it over here with that bigger. Another piece looks like just, she started sewing something there and stopped. I don't know. Some more cut squares. Very pretty. I love the color palette she was using. These very light, soft blues. Some more strips. There's a lot of that one. A lot of that one. Okay. I feel a sneeze coming from all the lint and thread. So, alright. I mean, that's a good stack of squares. I feel a sneeze. Woohoo! Yeah, yeah. Some gray. Bare Essentials by P&B Textiles. Just a nice, like, not a houndstooth, but it's definitely got an arrow kind of print going through. Some orange we can all use this time of year. Some more squares, a darker blue. This yellow. I'm not a big yellow person in what I wear, but I love yellow. This is like old seed labels, or you know what, just peanuts, marigolds, hollyhocks, hydrangea, begonia, forget-me-nots, morning glories, some I can't pronounce. What is it? Delphiniums. That's pretty. Here is a layer cake square, maybe. Look at that. You know I love anything that's got like that vintage. Oh my gosh, is this more of it? And some more squares. Oh my gosh. Some more squares. Oh my gosh. It's part of a layer cake. Oh my gosh. I can Google Lens this and see what layer cake this was, if it's still available. Oh my gosh. That is beautiful. Wow. Okay. So I got a little bit of a layer cake there. About 10 pieces, maybe not quite 10. I don't know. I didn't count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, probably 10-ish. Because that was 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So about 14 pieces of a layer cake. Woo, y'all. And some more pretty orange. Seems like I had some of this floating around. Look, a bracelet. This was sent by a good friend of mine. I'm not even opened it. It's been sitting in here. Shame on me. All right, that's a good little haul, y'all. And we're not even done. Let me lay these strips on top of here. Okay, so that was this little bundle. Then I have what's in this bag. This was from the same place, and it's still in the bag. So I haven't even. It just got bagged up, and I haven't even looked at it. That's terrible, right? Oh my gosh, there is a whole Bella Solids. Oh my gosh. Heck yeah. I'll take it. Here is a partial Bella Solids in red. Oh my gosh. See, I just bought it and it's been sitting in here. Some white that has been cut. Some more of that gray. And then just some other grays. Scrap, looks like. Looks like they were starting to make coasters. And I've made these coasters, the little 4-patch coasters. But I didn't quilt mine. These have been quilted. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh! There is a mini charm pack. Beginnings Quilt Shop Day Sale Mini Charm. This is from Bonnie and Camille. What? You guys know I love me some Bonnie and Camille. Oh my gosh. But yeah, looks like they were making little quilted coasters, and there's quite a few. This one looks like she had a little bit of issue with her sewing machine. It's coming right out there. This one, she serged around the edge. I don't know. Whoever donated these, lady, you were doing a good job. Look at that one. That's going on my table. And again, it looks like she had a little bit of issue with her sewing machine on her button, but I can trim all that off. It looks like she's having an issue with her sewing machine. There's another Christmas one. So I did get 4 Christmas ones that I combined that with some scrap. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's a blue. How did she make that? That is beautiful because it does a little interlocking. Oh my goodness gracious. And then these look like 4th of July's. She had started that one. Okay. Like I said, I hadn't even looked at this. I just bought it and laid it in here. Here is some gold stars. Here is some more red, white, and blue fabric. Here is some Christmassy cut squares. Y'all, don't overlook thrift stores. I know it's harder to find the quilting stuff. This is beautiful. This is beautiful in like thrift stores, but I always kind of look where they throw random stuff or crafty stuff. Here is a Bella Solid Black. And it has acquired some lint off of what was in the bag and probably some cat hair from my cats. But there's a black Bella Solid. Can we say Halloween's coming up, y'all? Oh my goodness gracious. That's just in that. It's a good little haul. These are what? Half quarters, or I think that's bigger than a fat quarter. That might be a half yard. I'm not going to open it, but we got some pinks. A lot of pinks. This might have been from like a bundle. They're too nicely folded. All these pinks in the lint included. What? This would be good for Valentine's Day. All these pinks. We're not done. How many was that? I don't even know. I think these are half yards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. A dozen. I think those are half yards, y'all. It just feels too big to be a fat quarter. So there's a dozen of those. And that was, I think that was it for that. So all that was thrifted. I only paid a few dollars. I mean, what? That's crazy. Okay, so I got that. I had this. I think I got this from one of the last online sales Joann's did. I had this. Paid a few dollars for it. We were at, it's a little indoor yard sale. I'm telling you, all the cat hair in here. And we were walking around and I saw this. This is the big boy. This is the big boy. Let me lift you up just a hair bit more. This one's the big boy. We paid 50 cents for this. We got out of there and my hubby's like, how much does that usually cost? I said, well, I usually pay, you know, close to $10 for this size, but I caught them on sale for like 4 or 5 or 6. I can't remember. They were Joann's. They were on clearance. I said, they're expensive. They're expensive. He said, you should have given them more than that. I said, well, I put money in their donation box. So I hope that counts. But I paid 50 cents for this. So I got that one. And then I was in Goodwill. Let me reach. I know that's a terrible angle. And I always look through their books too, because I found this one. And there's one more. Let's see if I can not. And I found this one. So hardback books at Goodwill are right now $1.99. And you guys know I used to work at Goodwill if you watch my other video, but you can't shop at your own Goodwill. So I found this one at another one. And look how big these block patterns are. What? And this is just page after page of big block patterns. What? And it shows you on the opposite page, if you just run nothing but this block, what that quilt will look like. And it tells you like the 2-star, how this block is blah, 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 excuse me. But it is just page after page of blocks. So yeah, I had to get it. I had to get it. What? Look at that. I've not looked at these either. I just brought them home, left them in the bag. What? And I love that they're really big. So I can see what I'm doing, you know, and not be trying to decipher. Oh my gosh. This is applique. I think all these are applique. That one's not. That's a pinwheel. So pretty. And then, like, if you want to do, like, a sampler out of all these big squares, because it looks like they're going to all measure the same size. So, there's that book. And there's that one again, if you want to try to Google search that one. Granny's Best Full-Size Quilt Blocks. New edition, Better Homes and Gardens. 101 blocks, plus borders and binding, interchangeable, more than 5,000 interchangeable combinations. Holy cow. Okay, so there's that book. And then this one says full-size patterns, 50 quilt blocks, more than 100 ideas for full-size quilting. And this looks like it is for breast cancer. Susan G. Komen. I'm reading upside down. Oh my goodness. Like I said, I just kind of grabbed them. I didn't. Now I know what she was going to do with all this pink. I bet this was the same lady that donated. Oh my goodness. I bet this was from the same lady. This one does not have the, look at this with all the different stars. Kitty cat quilts and their tails intertwine. Oh my gosh, their tails intertwine. Not all of them, but some of them. What? That's kind of cool. It's lattice looking. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. I love this. I've done quilts kind of like that. That's beautiful. They're all beautiful. But yeah, these were $1.99 each because they're hardback. Up, here's the big squares. Here are the big squares. It's a butterfly. That was just the ideas, I guess. And here's your blocks. Here's some blocks. Oh my goodness gracious, y'all. Fantastic. Those, I'm so lucky to have found this stuff. So lucky. Alright, so there is the other book. And I'm going to swing you guys back up. Get another sip of coffee. So, let's do a little catch up real quick because we're already at 20 minutes and I didn't want this video to go super, super long. If you watched the other video, you know I was at my old job, Goodwill, the thrift store, and I demoted myself. I stepped down and went to a hanging position, which was fine. I knew it was going to be a temporary placement until I found something else. I have not yet found something else. I am currently looking. And my hands just could not handle it anymore. My hands just cannot, they can't. I really want to get in here and sew, and just buying this fabric, kind of, I wanted to give myself something to, you know, like inspire me. Like I really need to get in there. And my only problem is the cutting. Having enough pressure and grip to hold down cutting. Now, I've not worked in over a week. This hand is still very sore. I had another cortisone shot put in it a couple weeks ago. Still hurts, still sore. Some mornings I can't even do this. I can get to this finger and it hurts. I can't touch my pinky. Today's not bad. I did see my family doctor. She started me back on my psoriasis medicine, which helps with the sciatic arthritis. That's hard to say. It does seem to be helping, but it's going to take a little bit for my body to adjust. It always takes a little bit for my body to kind of get used to being back on it. But yes, I am in the current, you know, job hunting phase. So, I've gained weight, from just being not a nervous wreck, but stressed. There's a lot going on in my family life. I have a family member that was diagnosed with cancer. We're still learning about all that. This family member I'm very close to. And we're just now in like all the testing phases. So prayers, please, for that, full recovery. My son got into a little bit of trouble, so he is currently staying with us. And we are working, helping him work through all that. And just like having him here in the house, when you're not used to having anyone in the house, you know, you're 50 years old, you've been living with just you and your hubby for years and years and years, having an adult child in the home with you, especially when that he's not special needs, but he is a little disabled. It can be stressful. And it is stressful. And then work on top of that, waking up every morning in pain. Just waking up every morning in pain and not wanting to move and hurting with every movement that I made, from my hands to my shoulders to my feet to my knees. It was too much for me, too much. I didn't want to film anything. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to clean my house. I wasn't like depressed, but I guess maybe I was To me, depression is an odd thing. It's different for everybody. It affects everybody differently. I am a stress eater. I've always been. And then at work, my job went from being very physical to being basically stationary. And all I'm moving is this. And just kind of stepping back and forth. So I gained some weight. And you can probably tell it in my face. You can tell it everywhere. I can tell it everywhere. And then that's putting even more weight on my joints and hurting even more. And it's just a vicious cycle. When you've been a person all your life that loses weight, gains weight, loses weight, gains weight, you know what I'm talking about with that. And then when you put in the arthritis part of it too, it just adds more weight that your body's moving and dealing with, and it hurts even more. And then the doctors is like, don't take any pain medicine because we need to check your kidneys and your liver because I passed a kidney stone and there's still a kidney stone rumbling around in my bladder that I've not passed yet. So they didn't want me to take my pain meds I took one the other night because I was hurting so bad I couldn't sleep at all. So I hadn't been taking my pain meds. I was just hurting every day, constantly, all day long, all night long, in pain. And I told my doctor, I said, I can't go on like this. I just can't go on like this. We got to do something. And so she put me back on my psoriasis meds. We're trying to get that straightened out because that has been a hot issue forever. I need to call the doctor's office because they rerouted my pain meds. They said they couldn't fill it at like the online thing. I need to go through my local thing. Hot mess. It's always a hot mess. It just seems like it's always something to just make it more difficult, you know? Coffee helps make it better. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. I am wanting to get in here and get this cleaned up. That'll help with some of the stress because every time I walk by it, it just stresses me out seeing the mess. And my whole house is kind of that way. So I have trash bags behind me. I have boxes. I'm sorting through clothes on my bed and purses and shoes. Get some of that out of my closet. I have a quilt right here that we were working on. This is my strawberry lemonade quilt that we worked on back in the spring. It needs to be finished. It needs the borders. And I have everything sitting there to work on. And I have not yet done it. But this is my cutting table. As you can see, it is piled high with just stuff. So we're going to get in here and clean some of this out. And that's what I'm going to work on today. And look, here is a fat quarter. No, what is this? A partial layered cake from... This was the last fat quarter shop I opened. March. That was the last one I opened. It's still laying here. Still laying here because it... Okay. Here's a fat quarter bundle from something that I got. Was that another more stuff? Here's the one that I didn't open. It's still sitting here. It was from April, my birthday month. Let's just look at it really fast, shall we? Since we're doing this. It is a raspberry summer. And it's been sitting here. Lord, kick myself. From Sherry and Chelsea. Raspberry summer. Oh my gosh. Okay. And we got some thread. And we got, I need this. It is a zipper pull. We got our information. Oh yes, we got some sewing needles. We got, what is this? Fabric label sticker pack. So I can put that on my shoe boxes. What? This was a good box, y'all. This was all the way back from April. We got a mystery coupon. Scratch it there. Okay, that's probably long gone. This is a beautiful pattern. It will go with the rest of my patterns. And then here is Quilt Along Block 1. Look at that. And I canceled after this because I knew I wasn't going to be in here sewing. So that was the fat quarter shop from April. And it's just been sitting here. I'm so ashamed. But if y'all saw how much fabric I had, which I know this is probably a small amount compared to people that's been sewing for a very long time. And it makes me sad to walk by and it just sitting here collecting cat hair and dust. So we need to do something. We need to try to at least do small projects. All right, guys, that is it for this one. So yes, I'm going to try my best to get back in here and do at least some small projects or a few blocks at a time. Because I know I like to do like a quilt in a day. That's kind of been my thing. A quilt in a weekend. Get it done in a day or a weekend. Because once I start a project, if I put it to the side and then I come back to it, it doesn't feel the same. I'm not doing something the same. Something is off. I can't get things to match up because I'm not in that groove of working on that project like I was. So I don't like sitting things to the side and then coming back to them. I like getting them done. But it doesn't always work out that way. So I do have some projects up there that are not done. Some UFOs. Like I said, this one is almost completely done. It just needs borders. It just needs borders. The center patches are done. It just needs some beautiful strawberry lemonade borders. And I might get to that this week. All right, guys, that is it. We're going to get this. We'll get it. We're going to get back in the groove and we'll be sewing. I know this ran kind of long, but I'm just happy to be filming again, being back with you guys. Give this video a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Let's grow this channel. This might become my only means of employment for the time being, you know. So give this video a watch. If you just found me, go back and watch some of my older videos. And I do very simple quilts. I call it my mindless sewing. It's where I just come up with something on the fly and we make a quilt out of it, out of scraps or a jelly roll or whatever I have laying around. We make a quilt out of it. But yeah, that's kind of what my channel is based on. Simple, easy patterns that are not over complicated. I'd love to graduate into those over, complicated, more complex, but right now I'm comfortable with the easier stuff, but we'll get back into it, guys. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, which probably be very soon.